Hello and welcome to another day in Japan. Wow. I just drove from where I live in Yokosuka down to the Miura area. I drove along right next to the ocean. I drove through these tiny farm roads to get to a free parking lot that I found in order to start on the Miura Gansho no Michi trail. Actually part of the Kanto Fureiai Michi trails, which are trails designed by, I believe, part of the government so that people can use public transportation to get from point to point. Trail is going to be well over 6 miles. It just depends on how many side treks I do. It's going to be an action-packed day. I did check the tide charts for today. Low tide is a little bit after 11 a.m. It's 7 a.m. now, so we should be at half tide, and there are bridges that help you along the trail that will be submerged during high tide, so definitely check the tide charts so that you don't get stuck or don't have to backtrack and you get to make the most of your trip down to Miura. I'm so excited to do this. I'm just happy to also be alive after driving here. Woo! What a life, what a life. As always, thank y'all for being here. Let's get hiking. Before we get going, I also want to give a shout out to this amazing free parking lot. I did a little research and I found out that the Miyagawa Park parking lot is actually free. It was definitely worth it to come out here. I'm seeing a lot of motorbikes, a lot of cyclists, popular area for recreation. So if you are gonna park in this free parking lot, definitely get here early. I got here by 7 a.m. and I would say about a quarter of the spots were still left. I also chose this parking lot because it is close to the start or the end of the Nomichi trail that I am doing today. Nothing left to do but get walking. So far, this trail is very cool. There's definitely the form of a trail, especially in the grassier areas, but over the rocks, it's almost a choose your own adventure type of deal. I'm loving this. I'm also the only person that I've seen on the trail so far. The sound of the birds and the trees is so amazing. I love this. All right, let's keep going. definitely getting cooler and cooler, y'all. I did read that a lot of fishermen and women come here to fish, obviously. More than hikers, you'll probably see a lot of people fishing, which I think is absolutely amazing. Given how many people are in the country of Japan, this definitely feels incredibly private and special. Highly recommend. Stopped for a little sunscreen break. Even though I'm sweaty, I decided to go ahead and try to put on some sunscreen because I can feel the sun on my skin in a way that I know it's gonna hit me later, even with my sun hoodie up. While we're stopped, I just wanted to comment on two things that this trail is known for: caves and crabs. The caves behind me, I can hear water trickling down and dripping into them, and they're creepy, they're beautiful, mysterious. I love everything about them. There are also a ton of crabs. When I walk through some of the seagrass, I'm definitely being careful because I don't want to squish the little guys. Caves and crabs, y'all. This sign talks about the thief. I'm gonna just read a little bit of it. It is the Nusutagari, hunting for thieves. And this is the cliff where they hunted him to. So it says, when a thief was being chased and reached the edge of this mountain, he looked down and saw a terrifying cliff about 30 meters high and raging waves, which made him shiver and freeze his legs, rendering him unable to move, and he was easily caught. This is why the name Nusutagari, hunting for thieves, remains. The coast here has many rocky cliffs, and large waves from the open sea crash against the black rocks at your feet, sending up white spray. The swells of these waves are like the body of a giant snake, writhing in and crashing against the cliffs, making a violent noise each time. Today, bridges have been built between the reefs as hiking trails filled with the scent of the sea, and on calm days you can see fishermen. Please be careful of falling rocks. I think that is one of the most poetic and beautiful signages I've ever read. Thank you, Google Translate. Okay, let's go. are getting towards the end of June. It's 9:30 and it's already super hot out here. And it rained yesterday, so it cooled off a little bit. So just keep that in mind for any walks or hikes that you have planned in Japan, because this is a mid to low tide hike. You are a little bit at the mercy of the tide schedule. I recommend just doing as the Japanese do and bring an umbrella. Again. So we are now on probably one of the longest road walk portions of this trail. Normally I am not a fan of road walks. However, I do have to admit, in Japan the road walks are pretty charming overall. Or vending machines along the way. I am still one of the only hikers I think I've seen all day. I love that this road walk takes us through some farmland and areas that feel a little bit more country, and I appreciate y'all still hanging out with me along this amazing Miura Gansho no Michi. are at the Matsuwa Bus Stop. We have officially made it to the start end of the Miura Gansho no Michi trail. I'm gonna take the bus from Matsuwa back over to Miyagawa Bus Stop, which will be very close to where I parked. I've had a good bit of electrolytes, but I can tell I definitely need to up my snacks and sit down and eat something. The next bus should be here in a little under half an hour. This is not a bus that runs every 15 minutes or so, so definitely check the bus schedule when you are planning your hike, and if it's going to be a while, there is a konbini store that I see across the street where you can get snacks. There's a vending machine. So if you go the route that I did from Miyagawa over to Matsui, then you will be fine and have a store to get snacks at. We're not back yet, but I am so excited that we technically completed one of the Kanto Furiai no Michi trails. What an experience that was. Felt like I was walking along the coast on a different planet, y'all. Thank you to everyone who watched this whole video, subscribed to my channel, and is just coming along for all these adventures. You guys mean so much to me, so thank you. Just waiting for the bus, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for taking a walk with me. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more adventures ahead.